Oh, hello. Welcome to Gourmet, the channel where I cook my way through all the cookbooks I own and have never used. We are still working with delicious Disney desserts, where we'll be making some Mickey beignets. That's right. I mean, look at them. How could you not? Um, do I think this is going to be the most complicated recipe? No. But who doesn't want fried dough? That's what I'm feeling like today, so that's what we're making. Um, we're gonna start this one off with some yeast and warm water. I'm not gonna show you that because I'm warming up the water in the microwave, and that kind of gets in the way of the camera. But I'm just heating up the water to like 110 degrees about, and then pouring in a couple like a half teaspoon or something of yeast, and that's just gonna sit for 5 minutes. So that's where we're gonna start the video. Let's get started. So we have our yeast sitting to the side. We've got a couple more minutes on that. But that was a quarter cup of water and a half teaspoon of yeast. Honestly, I think my yeast might be a little old, so we're hoping that it foams. And if this takes a little longer than 5 minutes for that to go, then so be it. But I think it will work. We're going to get our uh, dry ingredients all in our bowl so that by the time the wet ingredients are ready, we're just ready to go. What's nice is they have you making this in a stand mixer. So I've got my KitchenAid ready with the dough hook. We've got just some regular flour here. We need 4 cups of flour. So we'll go ahead and just measure out that real quick. I think as long as the yeast works, these should, we should probably get all that flour out. These should be fairly easy to make. It's going to come down to like frying them, but a lot of that is just by color. And I think you can tell, like, as long as the, I'm not doing too good measuring the flour. I don't even know if you can see. I'm doing right in the middle of the camera. But yeah, as long as the oil is the right temperature, we should be fine to go. Okay, there's our flour. Let's get that out of the way. That went shockingly poorly. We got 4 cups, but it was a struggle, that's for sure. We need a quarter cup of sugar. So I've just got some sugar here, and we're gonna go ahead. Where's my quarter cup? Over here. And we're gonna go ahead and measure out a quarter cup of sugar. The one thing I don't really like about the recipe, and it's just because it's bread overall, is I can't turn the kitchen really, really cold. I have to work with it kind of warm so that the yeast and everything works. But that is what it is. We can only do so much. We've got our flour, we have our sugar. We need a little bit of salt. It's a half teaspoon of salt. So here we're gonna call that a half teaspoon. Who knows? We need 2 tablespoons of vegetable shortening. So I've got Crisco. I've got my tablespoon, and we'll call that 1 if we can get it out. Okay, so that's all our dry ingredients. We're waiting for our wet ingredients to get ready. So I think our yeast is ready to go. So I'm gonna let it sit for just a smidge longer while I get everything else ready. We need to get 1 egg. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack that now. I'm really mad at myself because I bought a dozen eggs last week knowing that I was gonna make these this week. That's been the plan the whole time. And I used 6 eggs in a prior recipe, and I was like, perfect, I've gotten at least an egg over. And then you know what I did? I made deviled eggs. Like, I just went ahead and hard boiled the other 6 eggs, even though I needed them. I have never felt more dumb in my life, but that's okay. So I had to go out and buy more eggs, which, we'll see if these make it to the next recipe or not. They should now. We need I've lost my count. A half cup of heavy cream. So I'm just going to go ahead. This one's kind of odd. I don't remember having to do this before, but a half cup of boiling water. So I have water that's been boiling on the back here. And I'm just going to go ahead and then we're going to pour in our yeast. Give that a nice little swirl so we get all of the yeast in. And I'm going to transfer this over to the KitchenAid. It's kind of a weird view, but you can at least see what's happening. And we're just going to go ahead in with our dough hook and mix this until it's well combined. Not sure how long that's going to take, but that's what it says. So our dough's almost together. That's honestly, it went pretty quick. I'm going to let it try to get a bunch of that little bit at the bottom. It's definitely slowly incorporating. It's getting there. But what we're going to do is once this is done and gets there, I'm going to go probably like knead it with my hands for a little bit. And I think we're just there. I think we can probably call this combined. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the hook and detach it. And then, am I so perfect? Okay, I'm mostly in frame. This is one of those weird angles we don't do a lot. But I'm going to just kind of form it into a little bit of a ball. And this is going to rest for 30 minutes. Okay, so admittedly, I forgot to film or record any audio. I forgot to record any audio for this whole part. Our dough, quote unquote, rose. I don't think it really did. Like I said earlier, I was using some old yeast. But we've got the cutting board out. We've got the flour. We're rolling the dough out. I realized that this is too much dough for my cutting board, so I cut it off. I don't use all the dough. I use like probably half of it or so. And we're just rolling this out to like a 1/4 inch thick, 1/8 of an inch thick, somewhere in there, to make these into beignets. Okay, so here we are. We've rolled out our dough. I'm pretty happy with the thickness. This is a Mickey Mouse shaped cookie cutter I got, honestly, I think a long time ago. I don't remember where I got it, but I know it was very cheap or else I probably wouldn't own it. I'm not so much of a cookie cutter guy. If you don't want to use the cookie cutter, you can just cut these into squares and that works perfectly fine. The book tells you that as well. But yeah, I'm just really cutting these out, trying to get as many as I can from this one little piece of dough. Once the beignets are cut with the cookie cutter, I'm just taking them and putting them to the side. We do need to let them stand for about an hour to an hour and a half. We are getting ready to fry our beignets. They didn't puff up at all. They look kind of like this. They look the same as when we last saw them, so I don't know how much they're going to rise. It might be just a yeast issue. Like I said, I used slightly old yeast, so you know, if they don't fully work, it's not the recipe. It's definitely my fault. But I thought I could get away with using some older yeast, and maybe I just can't. But we're heating our oil up to 350, and we're getting close. We're right at like 340-ish. What we're doing is I'm just going to fry a couple at a time. It's one of those things where it's always like a little worrisome to start, but we're just going to plop in. And then we're really frying until they turn golden brown on both sides. So it's going to take a little while. I'm going to turn the oil down just in case. I don't want it to be like too hot. So I'm just going to kind of keep checking it. Like right now it's a little too hot. So I'm going to turn the temp down. You can see they're starting to puff up a little bit. I think we'll be good. We're what's the word? Baking these on both sides for a couple minutes. So I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. But we'll see. I've got powdered sugar in a bag ready to go. I'm just going to get out somewhere I have a small little strainer. And then what I'm going to do is put some powdered sugar in this little strainer over here. I know you can't see. I know this is definitely not in frame, but we'll do it in frame. Don't worry. And then when these are out of the oil, we'll go ahead and sprinkle them with powdered sugar. So pretty simple, which is nice. I'm just going to check the temperature. This is the one thing. You just kind of got to always like check your temperature because you want it right around 350. This is definitely too hot, but they're looking good. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yum. So they're a little more golden brown. Then they do look nice. They do look like they puffed up pretty nice. So that's good. We like to see that. Okay, so I'm just going to lay these guys down. And we'll go in with the next two. It's all about the oil temperature on this, and that's where it gets hard. But that's okay. We just sit here and watch. While these are still kind of hot, I'm just gonna go ahead and ooh, look at that. They're so covered in powdered sugar. And you know what's fun is that powdered sugar is going to cook a little bit into them because they're so hot, which may or may not be correct, but I don't really care. I don't know if I said or not, but I'm frying these in canola oil. The recipe calls for vegetable, but I thought canola would be just fine. Okay, and those were our last two. And let's sprinkle them with some sugar. They look great. I'm going to sprinkle again all of them. Oh, yes. Okay, now let's get to try these bad boys. Woo! And just like that, we're finished. I'm going to go ahead. I want an ugly one. Just in case I get to take a picture, I want an ugly one to try. But you've seen them. This is what they look like. It looks great. I'm wondering if I should maybe powdered sugar the whole thing, but I don't think so. It also feels incredibly hot, so I might let it cool down another minute or so. I don't know. We're gonna take a bite and then see if we regret it. But yeah, let's just go, right? Let's go, babe. Okay, that's perfect. That is so good. Um, I have no complaints. I wasn't sure they'd work out because my yeast was old. I am using old yeast, but it's really good. These are very good beignets. Um, it's not like I have beignets a lot, so I'm not like an expert on them. But I have to say, if I had to guess, these are quite fantastic. I mean, just look at the inside. Like, look how nice that looks. It's so airy. The recipe's so easy to make. The ingredients are easy to find. It doesn't even take that long. It takes, like, I would say give it 2.5 hours on the safe side, but it's going to be closer to two. I, oh, I just blew powdered sugar everywhere. I'm so distracted because I just want to eat the rest of these, even though I know I shouldn't. So I'm going to end the video here before I blow powdered sugar everywhere else. But I highly recommend this one. You just cut them into squares. You don't even need the cookie cutter. These are great. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.